got the House of Lords. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands.
Can we just all lift our voices, lift our hands to the Lord?
The Human Fertilisation Bill is finishing its passage through the House of Lords and will now go to the Commons. Andrea is continuing to enjoy the kind of access to power that fundamentalists of other religions can only dream of.
Amen.
People say, Amen.
So Norman Tebbe put down his amendments in the end?
He hasn't put it down yet, but actually there's generally a mood within the Lords that an abortion amendment should be first heard in the House of Commons. I really do know that there are people in the House of Commons that are ready and want to really fight on behalf of life in the womb. OK, bye.
Andrea is now spending a lot of time inside Parliament, working closely with the Conservative MP Nadine Dorries, who will be leading the anti-abortion move.
For example, one of the front bench ministers just come up to me now and said, "You're on the case with this abortion thing, aren't you?" And I said to him, "I am, of course I am." And he said, "OK, because as a front bencher, I can't be active, I can't be involved. I'm with you, but I just wanted to make sure you were on the case."
The way in which we've actually done it is to...
Andrea has been writing the anti-abortion amendments for Nadine to put down. The two have become so close that Andrea is now part of the team.
Make it an extra clause.
What goes on in here would have no structure whatsoever, no sense of achievement if it wasn't for people like Andrea on the outside. You know, the Lawyers' Christian Fellowship, the Medical Christian Fellowship, on this particular issue are absolutely vital because they give us the information.
Is there a chance, do you think, you could bring the Conservative Party in line with an amendment to reduce...
To 20 weeks, yeah.
You think
the vast majority. I'm going to see David Cameron on Monday. If David came out and said publicly over the next few weeks, "I support 20 weeks," then almost the entire Conservative Party would vote for 20 weeks.
That's a lie! You don't care if women die! That's a lie! You don't care!
The critical vote on the Human Fertilisation Bill is now only weeks away. Pro-choice activists are making their voices heard, picketing a public meeting held by the pro-life lobby.
So I might go in.
These meetings are intended to build public support for the amendments restricting abortion. On the platform is Lord Alton, a long-standing anti-abortionist, and other familiar faces from the pro-life movement. But a few of the pro-choice demonstrators have made their way into the audience.
Hundreds of women every year die.
Everyone stand up for Alton.
Andrea tries to orchestrate the response.
Let's stand up for Alton. I think we can all stand up for Alton. For Alton. Have Alton.
Eventually, pro-life supporters take things into their own hands.
Oh, you're biased, you are. Don't do
There you go.
Fundamentalists like Andrea are growing in number and influence, determined to impose their beliefs on the rest of society.
The UK is the abortion capital of Europe.
2 weeks ago, and Nadine Dorries launches her campaign to reduce the upper limit on abortion to 20 weeks. David Cameron has given his support, along with much of the Conservative Party. Andrea continues to be a driving force behind Nadine. After the launch, we go for a chat in the park.
You look gorgeous. You look so gorgeous. I feel like I'm at a wedding. You look this dress.
You've obviously been working closely with Andrea.
Closely? We've been stuck to the hip, haven't we? Very closely.
I mean, Andrea is somebody who makes no secret of the fact that she's a fundamentalist with her religious belief. How comfortable are you with the idea that somebody who's a religious fundamentalist should have the kind of access to power and influence that Andrea has.
Are you calling me power and influence?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, certainly I'm calling Parliament power and influence.
Right. Well, there are people who have completely the opposite point of view to Andrea, who also have the same access. Being an MP, you're there for anyone to give you their opinion.
I mean, I wonder if with Andrea's other views, for instance, I don't know if you've discussed her views about Islam very much.
No, we haven't. We've never discussed it.
You believe that Islam is the work of the devil, don't you, Andrea?
No, I think you're, hang on. I believe that Islam is a false religion. That's what I believe, and there are many things that are false in this world. So that,
and what does that mean exactly?
As I've said.
At this point, Andrea decides to turn her microphone off.
Raise